Hello and welcome to part 10 of my Elden Ring All Quests, All Endings guide. If you've been with me so far, we're now at Caria Manor, or are finally ready to enter. So you can just run through this area and skip past all these hand things if you want to. They aren't critical for the quests, but I'm going to grab a few items, so if you're interested, watch. Take note of where anything that you're interested in is. If not, feel free to skip forward to the bit where we start at the next grace. So we've got the Carian piercer there. That's worth having. And we've got the ice crash shield. Don't forget to look out for these hands hiding under the ground. You'll see the fingertips just sticking out. Lots of somber smithing stones and runes around to grab here, if you're so inclined. So you can see the hand hiding in trap there. Grab any smithing stones you want. It's quite a good source of somber smithing stones here. A few other items as well, but nothing too exciting. It's mainly smithing stones and runes that you're going to get from here, plus that ice crest shield and the Carian piercer, which are definitely worth having. A few of those round crystal buds. You can head up here, deal with this guy here. Then if you walk up the flagged area, up the stairs. Just going to do a quick heal now. I'm using a warming stone here. So if you run out of flasks, you can throw one of these down. It'll heal you and your mimic and any summons you've got with you. So we've got Somber Smithing Stone 3 there. A couple of little bits and some bobs. With those magical traps there. We're nearly done with this area. Again, you can just rush through the place where if you want to run the area and you don't want to get everything, then this is where the part that you want to get to, inside this staircase here. There's a Site of Grace on the next floor. I'll give you a little bit of lore about Caria if you talk to the guy there. Rest of the Grace itself a smithing stone 4 there. Then head across here. We're not going to do the proper next bit first. We're going to grab an item which is worth having. So come to here, run and jump off, land on here, jump down again, drop down the hole, and you'll find a sword of night and flame in a chest. Which is a very nice weapon. It's got a skill which has got kind of a flamey area of effect attack, and it's got a kind of mini Comet Azure, depending on how you use it. So you can run past these if you want to, but if you want the runes, kill them. The tricky thing here is trying to dodge roll and fight on these narrow walkways. It's very easy to make a mistake and roll off. It does happen. It's not a problem. We're only a couple of seconds away from where our runes are. Again, you can feel free to run past all these. If you do want to deal with them, it's safe to deal with them at the bit where the sort of tower things are, rather than the middle of the actual walkways. The main thing is making sure you don't fall off. Once you've dealt with them or ran past them, head up here, use the lift. Next Site of Grace here. This is the Manor upper level Site of Grace. So then through here, it's probably worth dealing with these walls because they're not too problematic. Golden seed to grab here, and we're just going to distract you from... and there's a few runes in it, of course. Don't go through the main gate. It's actually better to go up the side ladder here take out this guy, run up the stairs, kill him. If you've got a good range attack, you can deal with those sorcery types there. There will be another guy coming up to meet you. So deal with him. And look out for the perfumer guys up on these stairs ahead. Good range attack's probably your best bet because they can be quite dangerous when they get close. We've aggroed the Troll Knight guy now. We're just going to quickly deal with him. You can run past, of course. This fight's optional. But if you want to deal with him, here's a way of doing it. Get somewhere safe, put any bush on you want. Again, that spells Unendurable Frenzy. And that's him dealt with. There's a few other items to grab around here if you're so inclined, and you can go down there to where the jars are. So maybe worth coming back to it later, but for now we're going to get on with the quest progress, and we're going to go and face Loretta, Royal Knight Loretta. So you'll fight this character again in natural corporeal form when you get to the Hallowed Tree. But for now, just dodge around the spells. Stay alive, keep yourself healed up. It's really a dodging fight, this one is. If you get too far away, she will recast those phalanx things. Make sure you heal. Keep dodging. Shouldn't give you too much trouble as long as you're reasonably well leveled. We've got the stance break in there. So that's Royal Knight Loretta dealt with Loretta's great bow and that Ash of War there. So get the grace, rest at the grace. I'm just going to demonstrate there's nothing up here worth having really. So you can head out and make your way up to Ranni's Rise. There will be a dragon to deal with here, but it will fly away once you start dealing some damage to it, so might be worth applying a couple of buffs. Once you get it down to sort of 50% damage, it will go away. And you can fight it properly at the end of Ranni's quest, but that's not for quite a while, so don't worry about it for now. Head into Ranni's Rise, get the Site of Grace, rest if you need to, run up the stairs, get the lift. We're going to speak to Ranni. Who has no memory of inking thee an invitation. So she'll give you a bit of lore, give you a few clues about what she's up to. And she won't want to give you too much information at the moment. So, at this stage, we'll head down. And we now need to go to Round Table Hall to speak to Rogier. So ask her about Ranni. Eventually, he'll suggest that you enter Ranni's service. Once you've exhausted his dialogue, you should be able to go back to Ranni's Rise. Climb the stairs, use the lift, then speak to Ranni again. So she's sending you to fetch the Finger Slayer blade from Nokron, where Blythe is looking for. But you won't be able to get there until you've defeated Starscourge Radan, because he's basically holding back a comet. So speak to all the characters down here once you've dealt with Ranni, e.g. Seluvis and Blythe. Taking all that wonderful Elden Ring lore and trying to make a mental note of it, because it will help you to make sense of what's actually going on here. So that's its good friend Seluvis, one of the nicest characters in the game. We are going to have to pay him a visit fairly soon. So once you finish speaking to them, you need to head back up and speak to Ranni again. Get to the top run of the stairs, speak to Ranni. Head back down and we should be able to leave now. So either run past these or kill them, whichever you feel like. Then we're going to head down and try and find a way to Seluvis's rise. He will give you a task. So, exhaust his dialogue. He'll tell you to give Nepheli a potion, and he'll give you a potion. Agree to do it, but don't do it. Do not give the potion to Nepheli, because it'll mean you can't complete her quest. The options you've got with the potion are to give it to Nepheli, which will mean you can later on get Nepheli's puppet ashes. You can give it to the Dung Eater, so you can get his ashes, but that will close off his ending. And there's one more. I'm not sure if you can give it to Gideon, but he kind of knows what it is or something. Might be worth researching, but don't give it to Nepheli. And only give it to Dung Eater if you want his ashes, which are pretty good ashes, but it means you can't do his quest. So, speak to Pidia down here. He'll have some items to sell to you, and he'll give you a bit more lore, and he'll tell you a bit about the puppets. Buy anything you want. Once you've finished speaking to him, go back to Round Table Hold. Then go and speak to Rogier. He'll tell you that he's not feeling so well, basically. So now we need to reload the area. Speak to Rogier, reload the area again, and basically keep doing this until you get his bell bearing and armour set. It can take 4 or 5 tries, but if you've done everything right so far, that's it. So you can get the spellblade set, his letter and his bell bearing. And that's pretty much Rogier's quest done. So now we're going to move on. We're going to head back to Liurnia. Now we're going to ride over here and speak to Hyetta, who looks suspiciously like a Ranni from Weeping Peninsula. She'll ask you for a Shabriri Grape. Give her one. A Shabriri Grape, that is. She'll eat it and thank you. Then you need to leave her and run up here to this little ruins with some soldiers in it. Deal with the soldiers however you see fit. Once the area is clear, you need to break this false floor. Head down here. You need to open the chest for the Two Fingers Heirloom and pick up the Shabriri Grape. And then you can give this to Hyetta. But we need to ride this way. You can get the Site of Grace on the way here. This is the Liurnia Highway North Site of Grace. Then ride down. There'll be some soldiers and ghost things having a fight here. You can just go and take them out if you feel like it. There will be a ghost troll thing that appears as well, so just be prepared to deal with him as well. Bit tougher than the normal trolls, so keep your distance, dodge around, take him out. That'll give you a Troll Knight's sword, and then make your way down here. Seeing as it's night time, this is a place where you can run into a knight's cavalry, and seeing as we're here, we may as well deal with him. Feel free to run past if you want to skip this bit. It's not critical for the quests. Again, we're using Vyke's War Spear for the weapon here, and we're using Unendurable Frenzy there as a spell. As usual, this is the generic standard build for this run. Just keep chipping away at his damage, get yourself to safety, get healed. So that's taking his horse out now. We just need to deal with him before we can resummon it. One more good hit should do. So that's given us Ash of War Ice Spear. So ride down this road to the very end, get the Grace. Rest at the Grace, then go and speak to Hyetta. Give her the Shabriri Grape you just found, and when she asks, tell her what they are, that they're human eyes. She won't be very happy about this initially, but she will get over it. So exhaust all the dialogue. When she's back okay, we need to move on to reload the area, speak to her again, and she'll have got herself together now, and she decides she is going to be a finger maiden. So we're then heading to the Bellum Church, and now she'll appear here, and she'll ask you for a fingerprint grape, which you got when you fought Vyke. So give her the fingerprint grape, she'll eat it, and then she'll be happy that she can find where she needs to go next. So that's pretty much Hyetta done until we meet her again in the Frenzied Flame prescription towards the end. So we're going to go back to Academy Gate Town. Ride your way through here. Just ride past everything really quickly here. Don't bother fighting them. We just want the Grace, and we want to get into the Academy. So pick up the Grace. That's the South Rail, Lucaria Gate Brace. Get the meeting place map, which just tells you where to get the key, to be honest. Which is where we had to fight that dragon. Then enter. And before you enter the Academy itself, we're just going to run down here. Grab ourselves a golden seed. Then we'll pop back here and we'll help Yura with this bloody finger raven mount. So deal with him however you see fit. Help Yura to dispose of this invader. Yura will thank you and give you some rewards. Once you've left, you've got the Ash of War, Raptor of the Mist there. When you speak to him, they'll give you a smithing stone as well. And tell you a bit more about Eleanor, Violet Bloody Finger. So we'll warn you not to fight Eleanor, but we're not going to worry about that. And again, before you go to the Academy, if you head down this bridge here, there is a merchant that you need to speak to, and you should buy the Imps Spirit Ashes, because you need those to enter a rise in the consecrated snowfield. It's an endgame area, but there's a rise which you can't get into if you haven't got that Spirit Ash. So once you've bought everything you want, make your way back. Head in here, jump on the lift. Welcome to Elden Ring's Hogwarts. Fight your way through. Got another wizard and some marionettes to deal with here. Yeah, before you get the Grace, open the secret wall, grab that rune arc. Another marionette soldier to deal with there. Grab that golden rune, run around the back, grab the smithing stone, and that will take you to the Church of the Cuckoo Site of Grace. And that will do for this episode. So thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're following the series. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Elden Ring. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.